Let's do it. Good morning. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, it's the 11th. I'm checking my phone. The 12th. When you work from home, who says you have to know what day it is, right? Um, I mean, seriously, I'm gonna be really off when my daughter goes back to school or when school's out because I never know what day it is in the summer. Like the only reason I usually know what day it is, um, in the school year is because it's the school year. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Um, we got anybody new? Do we have anybody new on the morning Zoom? Meaning, you're joining us for the first time in the morning. Maybe this is your first morning Zoom ever, or you're Dawn, Lissa. That's so cool. Yay. We're happy to have you. Evelyn, Kim. Woohoo. Hey, you know what? I get excited that it's growing, even if it's by 2, 3 people. It means we're growing. And as you guys start to grow and start to sign people, don't forget to let them know about the morning show because there's a lot of people that this is the Zoom that they can catch. They can't even catch a night one because maybe they work weird hours or maybe it conflicts with kids and things, and you're already up, you're getting ready, maybe you have to go to work or you're getting kids ready for school or whatever. So I mean, unless you're on the west coast and it's 4 a.m. for you too, but for a lot of you it's that prime time where you can actually join a Zoom. So don't forget to let people know about it and spread the word. Um so if you guys are new, and or you're an old veteran of the morning show, you know that we always start out our day with gratitude. Our I am statements, we get out our journal, and this is the part in the Zoom where we do our gratitude because there's no better way to start your day. So what is 5 to 7 things that you're grateful for that's happened over the last 24 hours? It could be something small to something big. And it's so cool to keep track. And it's so cool to start your day like this every day because it's really hard to have a bad day when you're starting it out thinking and digging deep about all of those things that you're grateful for. Even in the bad times, on the bad days when you don't feel like it, you know what? You can look at that list and go, okay, these are the reasons I have, right? There were good things that have happened. Lisa last night Zoom, and you would say I don't think that Zoom was posted yet. I'm actually going to get into that because I want to know who was on that. But so dig deep, and right now, grab your journal. If you don't have a journal, a notebook of work, a crayon, it doesn't matter, a marker, whatever you got laying next to you. But I highly encourage you to invest in a gratitude journal. Number one, it's a business write-off. Number two, it's not that expensive. And even if you use a special notebook for your gratitude journal, that'll work too. But I think we're more likely to stick to something and do it when we have a system down, right? So if it's not handy next to your bed, something that you can do right away, then it might be something you forget. And I challenge all of you guys that don't do gratitude in the mornings. I highly challenge you to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to, I'm going to make sure that I do gratitude every single day, not just the days where the morning show's on and I'm reminded, but I'm going to get in a habit of doing that gratitude every single day for the rest of the year. You know what? It kind of, it's not even just about the gratitude. It's about the fact that you're proving to yourself that you can stick to something and do something simple and easy, right? Gratitude takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you have to really dig deep. And it shows you that, yes, I can stick to something, I can be consistent. And again, there's no better way to get your day started. So I hope while I was talking, you guys were thinking about what were some of those things that happened to me over the weekend, over the last, 24 to 48 hours. And if you want to share something with us in the chat, I love that. I love seeing the little things pop up about things that have happened for you guys that you are particularly grateful for. You don't have to, but if you want to share, please do. I love reading it. So Lavelle News, Lavelle Business, we all know, I mean, we're all pretty much aware that we've got 3 weeks, well, we will, gosh, no, we don't have 3 weeks anymore, less than 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, time is flying. Literally, half the month is almost over. We've got a couple weeks left and some days to grab one of these crazy bonuses that are out there. And, at the end of the day, it is what it is at this point. If you've been in, and right when those bonuses were announced in January, if you started really getting consistent working your business and you haven't skipped a day, then a lot of you are really starting to see some things happen for your business right now. Um, how many of you guys that are on right now have either already promoted and grabbed one of the VIP bonuses, or you are very, very confident that by the end of this month you'll be grabbing one? I'm just curious in the chat. That's so exciting. Oh yes, Shannon, I saw. That's exciting, Amy. $4,000 bonus. Krista, I believe you, girl. You got this. Kathy, go girl. Heather, heck yeah. Dawn, woo woo. Jana, you know what? Know that you did everything you possibly could when you get to that last day. And I promise, no matter what happens, I know you will be super proud of yourself. And you guys know what I'm always going to say. I'm always going to say this. Bonuses are just bonuses. They're amazing. It's great if you get one, but they are not why we do this business, right? I mean, besides the fact that we love helping people and, change their lives, but we also know that it's so much bigger than a bonus, right? Like, again, a lot of people don't know about my story that I have never gotten a big bonus in network marketing. In fact, before I joined Lavelle, the only bonuses I had ever gotten in 11 years of network marketing was my VIP 800, 1600, and 12K auto bonus, which are automatic bonuses when you start, right? I mean, as long as you're, pushing. But I have always either day late, dollar short, promoted before I was supposed to and missed out on it, or promoted too late. Like, that's me, the day late, dollar short girl when it comes to bonuses. And I think that for me personally, that's why I've never put so much into them. Not trying. No, I always try. But I guess what I'm saying is that's why I don't let my moods fluctuate based off of bonuses, because they're just never been a big deal to me because I've never gotten one. And I think about where I would be in my business if I only got excited or worked when there were bonuses to be had. And I can tell you a couple things. Number one, I would not be here today because I probably would have quit a long time ago if I was basing my business off of, I got a bonus, that means I'm good at this, or I didn't get a bonus. Like, I would totally have quit a long time ago. Or I would be doing the thing that a lot of you guys do, which is I'm on fire because there's bonuses and I'm going to actually do the work. And then, oh, bonuses aren't here, so I guess I'm not going to do any work. Like, I've always stayed consistent. I haven't put my future into them. And I promise you guys that, $6 million later that I've made in this industry, I am not crying that I didn't get a bonus. I'm not sitting here now going, none of it was worth it because I didn't grab one of those bonuses. At the end of the day, of course, I'm happy for everybody gets that gets one. And of course, I want people to run and push for them, but you have got to understand that they are not going to dictate your future. Bonuses come and go. They run out. They're not forever, but you know what stays forever? The rank pay of 4K, the rank pay of 12K, the rank pay of 40K, 80K, 200K. Once you get there and you maintain that rank, that paycheck comes every week. And it may not have a bonus in it, but like I said, I'm not crying when my paycheck's $10,000 in a week. Like, I am not upset. I'm not going, this is great, but screw it because I didn't get a bonus. Like, you've got to look at the big picture. You've got to understand that the way you felt in January when they announced those bonuses, and for some of you guys that were hibernating for the winter and you woke up and you're like, "Oh crap, this is cool. I think I'm going to start working." Like, I feel like that every day since I started network marketing. So blessed to be here, so lucky to be part of something where, you can help other people and in turn that helps you, and so lucky to have watched this change my family's life over the course of the last 11 years. And I owe that all to, I was working when other people weren't. I was working in December when everybody was saying, "No, nobody's going to buy anything from me because it's December and they're saving money for Christmas." I was working and planting seeds in November when everybody says, "No, I'm just gonna chill out because nobody signs anybody in the month of November because they're all saving money for Christmas." I was working in the summer when my kids were out of school, when other people were, "No, well, I'm on vacation and I just don't feel like working this week because we're going to vacation. Oh, but my kids are out of school and they're got me out of whack. I'll just start again in September." I never said those things. I was always working it like a business. Bonuses or no bonuses, bad mood or good mood, life happening or not happening, deaths, funerals, marriages, breakups, it didn't matter. I worked it every day as though I was going to a job because at the end of the day, a job, what? I mean, even if somebody dies or I get married and go on a honeymoon, I mean, the most you would ever get is a week off in a year, right? Or some of you have worked at a job so long that maybe you've earned 3 weeks in total in a year vacation. I mean, it, at the end of the day, that's how I treated it. I treated it as though this is my job. This is what I love to do. And this is what's going to take me from a waitress and a bartender working 70 hours a week to staying home with my kids and having options and not putting things back at the grocery store and never going on welfare again and never ever crawling through the one door of a car that opened to crawl to the front with no air conditioners and the windows busted out. Yes, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to do this. And bonuses or no bonuses, like, this is what I do. And the only way to get somewhere is to make sure that every day I put that open sign on. So again, you've got some time left. 2 weeks is a lifetime in this industry. I am so excited for all of you guys that get bonuses, and even more excited for those of you that say, bonus or no bonus, I'm awake. And you know what? Lavelle's just going to keep doing awesome, cool things. And then next time they do an awesome, cool thing, I'll grab that because I'm consistent now and I'm working it like a business and I'm not going to give up. So that is my little 2 cents on that, my little speech. Hopefully, you know what? Some of you heard that speech before. Maybe not said exactly the same way, but you've heard it before. And maybe this is the time that it sinks in. Maybe. And for some of you, it already did, and you get it. Um, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep sharing my truth until every single person understands that you've got to work really hard in the beginning, really stinking hard, not making a ton of money to one day get to a place where you don't have to work as hard and you're collecting paychecks that you're like, what the heck is going on? Do I even deserve this? Like, that's what this is all about. So, with that said, which is every business, right? Like, if you were going to open a salon or a spa or a mom and pop shop, you wouldn't make any money in the beginning. It would take a few years for you to start to profit and bring in money, true residual income money from your business. The the only difference is that you're with a business that you can start doing that even sooner. So that's really cool, right? So, so cool. So I got a question for you guys. Who was on last night's Zoom? Better yet, who was not on last night's Zoom? Do I have people that were not on last night's Zoom? Evelyn, you were not. Kathy wasn't. Charlene. It's okay. I want you guys to admit it. I mean, sometimes stuff's going on. It's a Sunday night too. I wasn't. Missed it. Wasn't. Okay, so we had quite a few that were not on last night's Zoom. For those of you guys that were, okay, fire, right? Like, fire. How many, if you've got a golden nugget from last night's Zoom, I'd love for you guys to put it in the chat if you were on. First of all, every Sunday night, Stacy Weisenberger and her husband Derek do a Zoom. So good. It's become one of my favorite Zooms. Like I have an alarm set for it. And I was actually on that Zoom last night, and it's a Zoom that Stacy and I do every 6 to 8 months. And we do this Zoom on magic words and phrases. And basically, this Zoom is about how to close people, how to, in a nutshell, close a customer or a promoter. How many of you guys in the comments feel like you have a trouble, like you have trouble closing? Yeah, I feel like that. So it's so crazy because somebody put in the Dream Team 2021 page, they were like, I forget what leader it was, but they said, tell us what, if there's one thing that holds you back in network marketing or one struggle you have, what is it? And 95% of the people posted, I can't sign customers, I can't sign promoters, I can't close. It was one of those three things, which really are all the same thing. Yeah, and I think that if you don't have a strong sales background, I mean, we all do sales. I don't care what you did in your past job, you somehow, in some way, shape, or form, did sales. I mean, I think the only professions I can think of where you probably didn't do some kind of sales was maybe a teacher and a nurse. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Even that, I mean, you're trying to sell the kids on learning, right? You're always trying to convince somebody of something or, sell. Yeah, both of those things. You're trying to sell to a patient why they need a healthier lifestyle or when they leave or the drugs that they're supposed to be on from the drug company. I mean, you're always kind of. Um, at the end of the day, even if you don't realize it, you're selling something and sometimes you're selling it for somebody else. It might not be for yourself. Like when you own your own business, like with Lavelle. But at the end of the day, we're all, and if you trace it back, somehow selling something, right? And it's crazy because last night we were talking about it that people just don't want to admit that they sell anything. I don't want to be a salesperson. How many of you guys have said that? Well, newsflash, people, wake up. It's Good Morning Monday, Five Tribes. You are a salesperson. You are. And the only difference between whatever you were selling before, I mean, even when I waited tables, I was selling something. I was selling other people's food, right? I was upgrading people from chips to French fries or a baked potato. I mean, I was always trying to sell something, right? The only difference now is that you're doing it for you. And for some reason, mentally, We have no problem going into a job that we make 10, 15 bucks an hour and doing whatever the boss says. If he said, y'all, I need you to go out tomorrow and I need you to go to the mall and I need you to hand out 10 of these business cards. If you were making 15 bucks an hour and your boss told you to do that, so you didn't lose your job, you'd all go do it. Name one person on this Zoom that would say, no, I'm not doing that and quit their job. Nobody. Y'all would go do it for $15 an hour. Pennies. You all, if I was your boss and you were making 30 bucks an hour, let's just say, and I said, y'all need to go to Facebook today and I need you to message 50 random people and tell them about our company. Here's what you're going to say. Every single one of you would do it. Every single one of you. For nothing, for 10, 15, 20 bucks an hour, all of you would do what your boss just told you to do and you would not think twice. Why? Because you're not doing it for you, right? It's someone else told you to do it. So so the emotion is not attached to it. Does that make sense? But suddenly you own your own business, and because you're selling it, now the emotion is attached to it. Now you're taking it personal when somebody says, no, I don't want that. I don't like it. I tried it. It sucked. My friend did that. She said it was stupid. Like, right? Now all of a sudden, emotion is attached to it because it's ours. Now, when your boss tells you to do it for measly pennies, you go do it, right? You got to keep your lights on, feed your kids, all of that. But when you personally are attached to the outcome or attached to it personally, all of a sudden, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm scared of it, right? It's just insane, like the way our minds work, because the mind is so powerful. And when you can train your mind to think as it did, right? So why don't you guys start flipping the switch? And every morning when you wake up, per se, your boss is Lisa Fuller. I hate this analogy, but we're just going to go with it because I'm nobody's boss. But my boss is Lisa Fuller, and she told me today that I have to message 50 people and tell them have an amazing day. Haven't talked to you in forever, but one your posts, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw one of your posts and I thought, I got to tell her to have an amazing day. Pretend that I am your boss and that you are going to get fired from Lavelle if you don't get up every day and do this stuff. Stop attaching emotion to it, you guys, because at the end of the day, the only way you're going to grow is if you can stop taking it personal, because it's not about you. It's not about you when you work for a business and they tell you to go do something for 10 bucks an hour. And it's certainly still not about you if somebody doesn't want your product, if somebody doesn't want to try Thrive, if somebody doesn't want to hear about it. It's not about you. It's either about them and they just don't want it, or it's about the timing, or it's about 50 billion things. But I promise you, it's not about you personally. Okay. Here's the thing though. Do you guys realize that for 5 years, if your boss told you to go to the mall and hand out 10 of the business cards for the company, if he told you to go on Facebook and message 20 people a day about your business, about his business, the company you work for, and you did that for 5 years straight, that in 5 years you were still going to make 20 bucks an hour. But here at Lavelle, if you do that, do you understand you could be making $20,000 a week, $30,000 a week? Like, why will we do something that's never going to further us? And all we're doing is making someone else richer, the CEO of some company or your boss, right? And your poor boss probably won't even make that much more. But all we're doing is making one person rich compared to if we treated our businesses and mentally put that block in. Look, we're this is what we're doing, right? We're getting paid for this. That where you would be in 5 years could change your family's life forever. Does this make sense? Am I making sense? Because I know it's early, it's 4 a.m. for me, and sometimes at 4 a.m. I ramble a little bit. But I'm trying to get you guys in that mindset of, isn't it crazy what we will do for nothing for someone else? But as soon as that emotion is attached to us, we clam up and we don't want to do any of it because we're scared of people unfriending us on Facebook. Somebody doesn't like me. My family thinks I'm stupid. Like all of the things, right? You wouldn't care about any of that if it was a boss paying you 10 bucks an hour that would never change, right? And you're still going to be doing the same job you don't want to do in 5 years. Like it just is mind boggling to me. But at the same time, I get it because I've been there and it took a lot of personal growth. It took podcasts, picking up books, investing in YouTube videos and plugging into people that were where I wanted to be in this industry and listening to the way they thought and adopting their thoughts and processes. I didn't start off confident. I didn't start off knowing all this stuff. I had to learn it. And I remember the one day that one of my uplines said, "Lisa, if it scares the crap out of you, borrow my confidence." And at first I was like, what does she mean, borrow her confidence? And she was like, no, seriously. I want you to get up in the morning and every situation you face that day, I want you to face it as though you were already making $10,000 a week. Think about that, you guys. Think about this. If you faced everything in your business as though you were already making Tuesday, your check is going to be $10,000, how would you act? What would you say? What would you do? How would you look at it? How would you be feeling? Because that changed everything for me. I was like, wait a second. If I made 10 grand a month and I messaged somebody and they just told me no, you know what? I'd be like, so what? I make 10 grand a month. I don't care if you tell me no. So what? Next. If I made 10 grand a month, how would I feel if somebody in front of me on Facebook, see ya. You don't pay my bills, but I get 10 grand on Tuesday. How would I feel if one of my family members told me that I was silly and that was a pyramid scheme? I'd be like, my pyramid scheme get me 10 grand on Tuesday. What you getting this week? Like it would change everything, right? Because money grows confidence. For some reason, as our checks grow, it's almost validation, right? And all of a sudden, you just don't give a crap. Like, it is so crazy. Money cannot buy happiness. Promise you guys that. I promise you. But it sure does make you feel a little bit confident. I will tell you that because for every success I saw in this business, for every paycheck that went up, I started going, maybe I could do this. All right, I got this. Like, seriously, everything started to change. And so I want each of you this week to do me the biggest stinking favor you've ever done me. And every single time, I want you to pick somebody in this company that you look up to, that you wish that you had their checks, that you're inspired by. Maybe that's Chastity. Maybe that's Maria Dillard. Maybe that's Danny. Maybe that's Stacy. Maybe that's somebody on this Zoom right now. Like it could be a billion people. Amber Mainquest, Maria Dillard, our crazy upline that makes the most money in the company. And I want you to borrow their confidence. When you're about to go send that message, if you were that person, would you be scared to send the message? Heck no. Would you be attaching whatever happens to the outcome of that message to yourself? Heck no. You don't even care because you make 10 grand a week. Okay. I just want you to keep telling yourself that because you're never going to be able to get to a place where you make 10 grand a week unless you can start thinking like somebody who makes 10 grand a week. Let that sink in. You're never going to get to a place where you make 10 grand a week if you can never get to the place like a person who makes 10 grand a week, how they think, how they act, what they do, right? Okay, how many of y'all in the chat do you feel like that helped? Because for me, y'all, I'm telling you right now, that was huge for me. Like borrowing someone else's confidence, I would seriously face everything in my day that I was scared of, would Would Maria Dillard be scared to go live right now? Heck no, she wouldn't. Her check's probably like 100 grand this week. Like, it's so helpful, right? Pick that person, borrow their confidence, and everything you face in a day that scares you, flip the script. How would I act right now if $10,000 was coming in my account this week? I would not be caring what anyone else was saying about me or the company or the no or the whatever. You wouldn't. I promise, I promise, I promise. So if you were on last night's Zoom, we talked about magic words and phrases, how to close. And for those of you guys that don't know about this book, fire, exactly what to say, the magic words and for influence and impact by Phil M. Jones. Y'all, this book, oh my gosh. Okay, so I've got to give you a couple of my favorite ones. I'm not sure if it's for you, but that is a magic phrase. I'm not sure if it's for you, but the second you say to someone, I'm not sure if it's for you, but how do you feel when I say that? If I said to you, oh my God, girl, there is this thing. It's amazing. Well, I'm not sure if it's for you, but it is incredible. Immediately, I'm like, what do you mean it's not for me? It is for me. I want to know about it. What do you mean? Like, tell me more, girl. Like, so that's one of my favorite little phrases, but I'll even give you some examples. I'm not sure if it's for you, but would you happen to know someone who's interested in feeling better than they ever have? Getting off 10 cups of coffee a day, getting rid of the aches and discomforts in their body and losing 30 pounds. Like right away, I'm like, well, I don't know if I know anybody, but it's for me. That's definitely for me. Okay. I'm not sure if it's for you, but we have plans on Saturday and you're welcome to join us. I'm not sure if it's for you, but this option is available for this month only. And I would hate for you to miss out. I'm not sure. The rejection-free approach. That's a rejection-free approach. I'm not sure if it's for you, but you're already putting in there, look, I don't care if you say no. See, I already made it okay for you to say no because I said I'm not sure if it's for you, but it's again a phrase that's taking the outcome attachment away from you, right? Because you've already said, look, I'm asking you, but I didn't even know if it was for you. So if they say, well, it's not really my thing. Yeah, I didn't think so. Like you're kind of saving yourself from feeling that fear of rejection, right? Or this one, open-minded. Key word in this industry, open-minded. One of my favorite things when I want to bring up this Lavelle to someone is starting it out with, hey, do you consider yourself open-minded? No one says no to that. No, I'm not open-minded at all, girl. Heck no. I'm set in my own ways and I think I'm always right. And well, no, I'm just not open-minded. I've never heard anybody say that. Everyone wants you to think that, yeah, I'm open-minded. What you got, right? So if I want to go to somebody, let's say on my chicken list about Lavelle, I might start the conversation out with, are you open-minded? Yeah, I'm open-minded. Oh my God, good, because there's something I want to share with you, and it takes somebody really open-minded to hear about it. Tell me what it is, right? They're already accepting of kind of that feeling. So how open-minded would you be about trying this as an alternative? How would you be open-minded about giving this a chance? How open-minded are you about increasing your monthly income? Would you be open-minded about seeing if we could work together? Like there's different ways you could put it, but when introducing a new idea, start with how open-minded are you? This will naturally attract people toward the very thing that you'd like them to support. Everybody wants to be open-minded. Genius, right? You guys, this book is the bomb. Another phrase. What do you know? What do you know? I love this one too, because it kind of opens the door for those people to think something's different about this. So I'll give you an example. What do you know about Lavelle and
the way we do things that are a lot different than other companies. What do you know about everything that has changed since we came out with the new patch? What do you know about how things really work around here? What do you know about the benefits of blah, blah, blah? That, again, is also going to tell you what they think they know so you can correct it. Good one. These questions allow the other person to realize their opinion is perhaps not correct, and they can quickly become far more receptive to change. Super huge. How would you feel if? How would you feel if? I love this phrase. A word that gets thrown around like confetti. Y'all know it. Y'all know it is the word motivation. Yet, still, when you ask your audience to share with you what the word means, it's just blank faces, right? Like, come on, guys. How do you motivate your team? I don't know. How would you feel if? How would you feel if the real world tells us that people will work far harder to avoid a potential loss than they will to achieve a potential gain? So, how would you feel if this decision led to your promotion? How would you feel if your competition passed you? How would you feel if you turned this around? How would you feel if you lost everything? You're helping people paint a picture, which the next magic keyword and phrase is just imagine. Just imagine where you could be in a year if you joined me. Just imagine if you started taking these products, how your body's going to feel in 4 weeks. It gets people painting the picture. Hold on. I'm going through them because this book is so short, but it's the keyword you need for business. When would be a good time? This is huge. This simple set of words helps overcome one of the biggest challenges you face when trying to get people to take a serious look at your product, service, or idea. One of the biggest reasons your ideas fail to get heard is that others tell you that they just don't have the time to consider them. When would be a good time? So I'll give you an example. When would be a good time for you to take a proper look at this? When would be a good time to get started? When would be a good time to speak next? Always. If somebody gets with me and they're in my inbox and they're like, hey, I want this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get back with you tomorrow. Okay, when would be a good time for me to touch base with you? Get an actual time. It's up to you to follow up. I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to. That's if they forget to do something. So let's say you send them a video and said, watch this and get back to me. Listen to this and get back to me. Go do this and get back with me. And they don't. It's simple, messaging. I'm guessing you didn't get a chance to get around to looking over that video I sent you. I'm guessing you haven't. So what this does is imagine you're making a telephone call to someone who said they needed to consult with their partner before making a decision. How many of y'all got that? I gotta talk to my husband. If you ask, I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to speaking to your partner yet. It now becomes impossible for them to use that excuse. They respond in one of two ways. Either they feel proud that they have done what they had promised, or they are embarrassed that they haven't, and they make a new promise to put right that fact, right? By pushing for the negative scenario, you get people to rise to the positive or to tell you how they're going to fix the things that they said they were going to do. You guys, this book, everything is about how you say it and what you say, and it plays tricks in our minds, and it's how normal human response is to these keywords and phrases. So if somebody says to you, I'll give you an example with this one. I'm guessing you haven't gotten around to it. Automatically, that makes us, by pushing for the negative scenario being, I'm guessing you didn't get around to doing that. Automatically, we feel like we're 12 again, right? And it's our mom going, well, you didn't clean your room. I'm guessing you forgot to do that. Like, automatically, people will rise to the positive or tell you how they're going to fix it because they don't want you to think ill of them or that you forgot about them or that they super huge. Simple swap. Hold on. I'm gonna skip that one because that takes more explaining. You have three options. This one I use every single time I close somebody. Every time. You have three options. I'll give you an example. Hold on. That's like when I close somebody. I'll say, okay, there's three options here. The first is these three steps, adding in, I'm going to make the best package possible based off of what that person tells me that they're looking for. So if they're looking for weight loss, I know the Thrive experience alone may cause some weight loss, but they're probably going to have to upgrade to the better patch. And I probably want to get them on some Sculpt and Balance, like right out of the gate. That is great for weight loss. So I'm going to start with that best option. And then the second option, and you guys have probably heard this as good, better, or best, but I'm going to do the three options. The best one. The second one is a package I can customize for you based off of your budget. And the third is the sample. Like it's one of those three. There is no, nope, you're not going to do anything. You give people three options, because giving people three options, of those three options, what's going to be the easiest for you? Finishing with another set of magic words means they have to pick one of those options. Two types of people. This is one of my favorites. There are two types of people. There are two types of people in this world. Those who leave their personal finances successes in the hands of other people, like employees, and those who take full responsibility and build their own futures. There are two types of people in this world. Those who judge someone before they have ever tried it, and those who are prepared to try something and base their opinion on their own experience. That's a huge one. There are two types of people. I use that one all the time with prospects, all the time, because they want to be the type of person that's open-minded, right? They want to be the type of person that doesn't judge things before someone else. It's so huge. I bet you're a bit like me. That's a good one too. That's an awesome magic word and phrase. I bet you're a bit like me, where you enjoy working hard now, knowing that it will all pay off later. I bet you're a bit like me. You hate watching trashy TV in the evening and would rather work on something beneficial. I bet you're a bit like me. You're a busy person who's always juggling to get everything done. Like these little magic words are. You guys, hold on. Let me mute. Muting. Mutant. If not now, then when? If you don't eat all your dinner, then you're not going to get any dessert. If you don't study hard at school, then you're not going to get into college to get your job you're hoping for. If you don't tidy your room, okay, so give me examples for work. If you decide to give this a try, then I promise you won't be disappointed. If and then. If you put this in your stores, then I'm certain your customers are going to like it. If you give me a chance in this role, then I'm confident you will thank me later. Like, you guys don't think these magic words and phrases every time. If I am in a bind, let's say I'm in a conversation on Facebook with a prospect, I just open this little book, and sometimes I'll combine keywords and phrases. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna use if and when. No, I think I'm gonna use don't worry. Don't worry. That's another keyword used in phrase. Most people, you guys have heard us say this one about selling. So huge. Most people, write that down right there. You're going to use that more than anything in sales. Most people start out with the 3-step system. Why do you say that to people? Because nobody wants to be like the one person. They want to be like all the people. They want to do what most people do, not what that weirdo does over there. They want to be like most people. You're going to use that a lot. Well, most people start with a Thrive experience. Most people feel this way when they take it. Most people, because why? That is a trigger magic word and key phrase that goes off in people's mind, and they want to be like everyone else. Nobody wants to be the odd man out. You're going to use the phrase most people so many stinking times. Hold on, let me see if there's any more that stick out to me in here that are quick. I know there was one more I wanted to share with you. I'm trying to hold a phone and turn book pages with one hand. It is not as easy as that sounds. Okay, what makes you say that? I love this one. What makes you say that? Objections are common. They're part of everyday life, right? You're going to hear it's too expensive. You're going to hear, I got to get back with my husband. You're going to hear, I don't have any time. I don't have any money. I'm not a salesperson. Objections are common in everything that we do in life. We face indecision from others in our personal and professional lives, and quite often find ourselves having to accept another person's idea, right? We don't think we want to do it, but then we're talked into things. What makes you say that is a huge phrase. I use that all the time. In a business setting, common objections include, I haven't gotten the time. It's the wrong time. I want to shop around. I haven't got the money right now. I need to speak to somebody else before I make decisions about this. The worst thing that you could do when such an objection is raised is to respond with your counter argument and make statements that disprove their current opinion. Don't ever argue with the person. Don't ever say anything. You guys have to understand that immediately when you get defensive or when you argue somebody's feelings, they get defensive and that pushes them away further. Agree. Oh my gosh, I know how you feel. Have you guys heard of feel, felt, found? That's in here too. Oh my gosh, I know exactly how you feel. When I first got started, I didn't think I had the time either. I felt like I was going to put myself in a situation where I wasn't going to be able to do it. But then I decided to jump in and get over myself. And here's what I found. I found that I really didn't need the time because I can fit it in the nooks and crannies of my day. Feel, felt, found. But anyways, back to what makes you say that. The customer says, I need to speak to somebody else before I make a decision about this. You say, what makes you say that? The customer says, really? I don't have the money right now. You say, what makes you say that? Customer says, I'm really not sure I've got time to fit this in around what I'm already doing right now. You say, what makes you say that? What's that doing? This shift of control now leaves the other person obligated to give an answer and fill in the gaps of their previous statement. And here's the thing, guys, now you're going to know what's holding them back. So when now you not only know what's holding them back, but then you're going to know why they're saying that. And that's going to let you dig into possibly, helping them overcome that objection, getting them in a three-way with somebody that had that same objection. There's so many things before you make your mind up. I like this one too. Look, before you make your mind up, let's make sure we've looked at all the facts. Before you make your mind up, why don't we just run through all the details again, the three different packages, the three different your three different choices, and then hold on, make your mind before you make your mind up about the three different choices. Let's go through them one more time so that you are saying no, so that you know what you are saying no to. Before you make your mind up, wouldn't it make sense to speak to a few more people about the differences this could make for you and your family? Three-way. Before you make your mind up, wouldn't it make sense for you to talk to just a couple more people before you make such a big decision and just not do it, or forget about it, or let this go? Like, before you make your mind up, that's a good phrase. If I can, will you? That's a good one. I could go on and on. The word enough, huge in this industry, magic word. Just one more thing. I use it every time in sales. Every single time I'm closing someone, at the very end, I'll say just one more thing. A favor. I've already taught you guys the favor card. If you've watched any of my videos, I talk specifically about the favor card, how to use it with people, how people don't want to buy what you have, but they would definitely want a favor. The last one I think that I want to share with you guys really quick is the favor one. So it goes like this. You wouldn't happen to know just one person, someone who just like you would benefit from fill in the blank. I do that at the end. So whether somebody signs up as a customer with me, or whether they don't get a sample or whether they don't do anything at all. I'll say, I've got a huge favor to ask you. You wouldn't happen to know just one person, someone like you that might be looking for more energy, that might be looking for, why do you want to do this? Because you guys, we build on referrals. And when you approach in this manner, I got a huge favor to ask. This might not be for you right now, but I just mixed right there in that sentence. Got a huge favor to ask you. This may or may not be for you. I'm mixing a bunch of words and keywords and phrases in literally one thing. Just out of curiosity, final thought. Dude, best book ever. Exactly what to say. I use this baby so much, the pages are starting to look crazy. Anytime I'm stuck in a conversation, I pull it out. I'm like, okay, what are some keywords and phrases I can use? But anyways, last night, Zoom, if you did not catch it, y'all, oh my gosh, you have got to check it out. When you see the recording, it is so worth the listen. If you guys were on last night, you already know this, but I mean, this isn't what we talked about last night. I think this was 5 minutes of it. I just mentioned the book and a couple keywords, but what we talked about is our system for closing, how we close exactly. And it's really the same system always. So if you guys have a pen and a piece of paper, I'll give you the system right now, but I'm going to need you to watch the Zoom to get all the details, because this is going to give you the brief outline, so to speak, of how to close someone, but it is definitely not going to give you all the things you need to all those little tips and tricks in between. Okay, so number one on your list. Somebody's in my inbox today and they say, Lisa, what's Thrive? Or I think I want to do Thrive, or it doesn't matter what they say. Tell me, what's that patch on your arm? Okay. Or can you tell me more about Thrive? Let's say that's it. Doesn't matter how they said it. These steps are always the same. Step one, you are going to share 30 seconds, no more than 30 seconds. You're going to press the voice recorder and you're going to say, oh my gosh, hey girl, I am so excited you're asking me about this. I just have to share with you that since I've been using this 3-step system, this is what it's done for me. It's got to be less than 30 seconds, guys. If your story is longer than that, it's too long. You're going to lose people. Before Thrive, before these 3 steps, I was taking so many different supplements. I was spending so much money every month. I wasn't feeling anything. I felt like 40-year-old in an 80-year-old body. Since Thrive, aches and discomforts gone, sleeping through the night, way more energy, no more naps, and I feel like a 40-year-old in a 20-year-old body. I am so excited to share this with you. But first, I have some questions for you. That's step one. I'm so excited you messaged me. Can't wait to share this with you. Then you share your story. Then at the end, you say, I have some questions for you. Then you go into your questions. Question 1, how much water do you drink? Specifically, how many ounces a day? 5 glasses, 2 glasses? How much water do you drink? Question 2, how much exercise do you get? Do you work behind a desk? Do you not really get any exercise? Are you not a worker outer? Are you active? Give me a rundown of what that looks like for you. Question 3, what's your appetite look like? What do you eat during the day? Question 4, what exactly, when you messaged me about Thrive, wanting to know what it was, what is it? What exactly, if you could change anything about the inside or the outside of your body in the next 8 weeks, what would that be? You guys got those? Now they are going to start answering. Oh, and then I ask one more question, right? And you're not going to ask all these at once. You're going to say how much water. You're going to wait till they respond back, right? Then you're going to speak in the voice recorder. What's your, how do you eat? They're going to answer you back. Then you're going to say, okay, tell me a little bit about your activity level. They're going to answer you back. Tell me why you wanted to know about Thrive. What are some things you want to change in your body inside or out in the next 8 weeks? They're going to tell you that. Last but not least, you're going to say,
Have you tried anything? They're going to, whatever they just told you. Well, I messaged you because I really need more sleep. I messaged you because I'm trying to not drink so much coffee and energy drinks. I messaged you because I need to lose 30 pounds. Now, whatever they last said, you're going to say, what else have you tried to lose 30 pounds? Have you tried anything in the past? Any other weight loss products or any diet plans or for sleep? Has the doctor put you on anything, or have you tried any other natural products? Like, dig. The reason you're asking that last question is so you kind of get an idea on what they've spent before, what they've tried, what that looks like. Now, after they've answered all your questions, you're going to say this in the voice recorder. Oh my gosh, Lisa, I am so stinking excited for you right now. I can't even stand it. I'm jumping up and down in my bedroom. Based off of what you just told me, I have no doubt I can put a perfect plan together that you are going to see the results you're looking for in 8 weeks, or at least a huge, strong beginning. I am so stinking excited, girlfriend. Let me get you over my website and let's get your order placed. Now, at this point, they're going to say one of two things. Okay, let's do it. Send me your site. They're not even going to ask any questions. You'd be surprised how many times they do that. Or they're going to go, oh, how much is it? At which point, again, you're going to speak in the voice recorder and you're going to go, oh my gosh, Lisa, I have been so excited sharing this with you. I forgot to tell you how cheap it is. You are going to die. Most people are floored once they find out how cheap it is. And honestly, most people only pay for it their first month, and then I help them get it free after that. It is only $5 a day, Lisa. Or it's $5 a day for the 3 steps, and then I want to throw in sculpt and ballots. Plus I'm going to give you a 20 my discount today. That'll bring it down from 210 to 180, then to 150, and I've got $10 off for free shipping. 140. Do you understand what a steal that is? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let's get that it'll be on your doorstep in 2 days. Now at that point, they're either going to say, ooh, I wasn't expecting that much. I don't really have that to spend. Oh my God, girlfriend, no worries. I've been there. Trust me, girl. When you got 5 kids running around, I totally 100% understand how you probably are watching your finances. How about this? How much are you willing to put into your health and wellness, feeling the best you could feel, so that you're better for your kids and better for your husband, better for your friends? How much are you willing to put into you every month? And I can customize a package for you, right? 3 options. First option being the very best package that I think they need. It might be $400. I might think they need rest, balance, sculpt, whatever. Based off of what they told me, I'm going to put the very best package together possible. I don't care what the cost is. I'm going to tell them what the cost is before the 20% discount on auto ship, and then I'm going to lower it. And then when they say, all right, let's do it, or they say I can't afford it, that's when I go to step 2, option 2, customize a package. What's your budget? They tell me their budget. I customize a package. I sign them. Step 3 is when they say, well, honestly, I just don't have the money. I don't have the money at all. Girl, no worries. How about this? We work on getting you thriving for free. I'll walk you through how we're going to do that. In the meantime, I can do a sample, so at least you can get this in your body. At least you'll have a little bit of a story to share with friends and family, and at least you can see what this is going to do for you when we do get it in your hands. They're normally $30, but girl, you've touched my heart today. I believe in this so much, and I know it's going to help you. I'll do it for 15. 3 options, okay? 99% of the time, they do the first option I give them. And I say most people are going to pick the best option, and most people start on the Thrive experience. That's option 1, because it's going to give them everything they need. You guys, this is the system. The system is ask questions, give them the illusion of control. This is all in the Zoom we just did. I just went a whole hour. I could talk for so much longer because I get passionate about this, because it's really just this simple system I just gave you, right? Now, is some people still going to say no? Yes. Next. I get it too. But that system is going to close more people than probably whatever you're doing now, unless you're doing that. Okay. So when you see that recording go out, I'm sure Stacy will be putting out this morning. You definitely want to listen. It'll be so worth your while. Put your earbuds in later on tonight, today, during lunch, whenever. Listen. Who's closing us out with 100 Days to Brave?
I have it.
Thanks, honey. Okay, Tiffany's closing us out, and then I'll pick a winner. so don't go anywhere. And then we will, and the Zoom today.
All right, you guys, we are on day 56 in the waiting season. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. I wanted to fly back to Nashville from Dallas a day earlier than I had planned. I was tired of being on the road and had my plans changed suddenly in Dallas, which meant I could get home 24 hours earlier than I had thought. So I jumped on the phone as soon as I realized I could go home. And after answering all of the automated questions, I sat there on hold for a long time. But I really wanted to go home, so I didn't hang up, though I seriously kept considering it. It's just the unknown of waiting, you know? In these moments, I never know when to hang up. I could be the very next caller they speak with, or it could be another half an hour. And then I think, if I sit here, will they get to me soon? Or if I hang up and call back, will I somehow skip over the line of other customers on hold and immediately get to speak to a customer service representative? I almost wanted to cry because I felt like I'm waiting everywhere right now, on the phone and in my life. I may be next in line, or maybe I'm not. Are you in the waiting season right now? What do you do when you've said yes or you've said no, but you're still waiting? Where do you go from there? Life is full of waiting seasons, and you can be brave. You can brave out the wait and do it well. Be brave enough to be patient, not just outwardly, but inwardly. Jesus showed this in his own life, and in today's scripture, he is compassionate, gracious, and patient. When we remember how patient the Lord is with us, it can help us to be patient in our seasons of waiting. Waiting for our work to pay off, waiting for a relationship to heal, waiting for a trial to end. You can be brave, whatever type of waiting season you find yourself in, when you are living in total dependence on your ever patient, ever present Father. Today's task is be brave. Where are you waiting in your life right now? Write about it in your journal.
Dude, once again, if that did not fit what we were talking about, like, y'all, you may be in a waiting season right now where you're doing all the right things for your business, but you're not seeing anything happen. You're just in a waiting season. What are you going to do in your waiting season? That's what I ask you, especially pertaining to business. What are you going to do in your waiting system? Are you going to stay strong, stay consistent, and know the hard work you're putting in is going to pay off later? Or are you going to give up on yourself? Are you going to whine? Are you going to complain? Are you going to get complacent? Are you going to stop doing the do to get the get? Like, that is up to you. What are you going to do in your waiting season? Okay, I'm going to go in. It's so hard to pick a winner because I don't want to pick I want to pick somebody that's never won anything. And, we get a lot of the same people on the morning Zoom. So who has not, this is the way I always do it. So I'm going to do it that way. Who's never won anything on the morning Zoom? You've never won a prize on the morning Zoom. Charlene Luciano, who has never won on the morning Zoom. You are our winner this morning. You're the first person to write that. So yeah, that's how I did it. Get back with myself, Brittany Hyder. It really doesn't matter. They're going to get with us. We'll give you the banner that shows you all the different things you can choose from. There's 2 different coffee mugs, the morning show t-shirt. There is a bracelet. There is a little thing for your desk, a plaque. It's so cute. There's the journal. If you don't have a 5-minute journal to get your gratitude done in the morning, we got one of those. So you got lots of things to choose from. Get with one of us. We'll get your address and we'll get that out to you. Oh, and just by the way, anybody that's won anything in the last couple weeks in the morning show, not even going to lie, I was traveling for 2 weeks straight. Tomorrow or today, depends on how my day goes today, I'm going to be sitting down and sending out everybody's gifts for the last couple weeks. So just know that if you didn't get yours yet, it'll be coming with this week probably, because I send them straight from Amazon or wherever I get it.
So it usually goes to that person within a couple days, depending on if it's on back order or not. So expect your gifts this week. If you've got won a gift and you haven't gotten it yet, expect it this week. That's it. Happy Monday. We'll see you guys Wednesday in the morning show. Be there, be square. Same link, same time, same place, and different leaders. So be on. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks, y'all, for getting up. Thank you, Lisa, for making sure you were on time today. I appreciate it, Lisa. See, I have to say this stuff to myself because y'all is that much of a challenge. Like I have to affirm myself for making. I was on time. I'm pretty proud. It's 4 a.m. here. Woo woo. It's the little things. Have a good one. Love you. See you Wednesday.